right, backseaters. Welcome back to Live on Patrol. Oh, hold on just a sec. Sorry about that. I had to mute you for a second because my phone was ringing and I didn't know who it was, but it was a friend of mine, a Minneapolis police commander who's calling to talk about coordination on our carjacking and auto theft stuff, and so that we can better coordinate intel, and because we definitely share some of the same bad guys. So welcome to Live on Patrol from Ramsey County, Minnesota. We are in the black unmarked Dodge Durango, cruising northbound on Rice Street, and it's been a very busy morning here in the capital city of the state of Minnesota in St. Paul. I'm Under Sheriff Mike Martin. I am the commander of the Regional Services Division for the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office, and you are live on patrol in the back seat of my Chevy Tahoe. I want to apologize for not being able to be live last week, but something came up and I just wasn't able to do it. I was actually out of town, so I'm back and with you here, and we'll be live probably till about 2:45 because I have a meeting at 3 that I have to attend, which is really important. It's one of the things in my job. I don't like doing meetings, but this one is talking about resources for our CAT team and our deputies and how we can better serve the citizens in non-criminal cases. So when we come across people who are struggling with homelessness or drug addiction or other issues, talking about how we can better coordinate with other county services and state services to try to help those folks out and not just rely on other people to do stuff. So we are going to go westbound on Front here. As I said, it's been a busy morning. There was a carjacking pretty early this morning. Let me see here. I want to make sure I get this right, but I think it was at Sherburne and Dale. It was at Dale and Sherburne, where a individual was carjacked at gunpoint. St. Paul, with assistance from, I think, our folks and some other agencies, looked for that car, but the car ended up being dumped, and the suspects were gone. But hopefully through processing for DNA and fingerprints, we'll be able to identify who the suspects were that were involved. Fortunately, no one was injured in that case. We've had a couple other stolens recovered this morning. We also have, let's see, a 2005 Pontiac Grand Prix that was taken sometime this morning, and the license on that is Charlie Union X-Ray 022. Charlie Union X-Ray 022. If you see that vehicle, call 911. Don't try to do anything yourself. But we've had multiple times where the backseaters were able to help us locate stolen vehicles. As other stuff comes up, I will let you know. I'm trying to look through here. There's a stolen black BMW X5, a 2015. Nora X-Ray Boy 533. That's still in the wind. That was stolen and then used in a burglary. So keep an eye out for that one as well. There was shots fired at a business this morning or early afternoon in the city of St. Paul. And we have a suspect vehicle in that. I'm not going to air it, but let me see here if I can get you a little better view. So otherwise, we're on our normal patrol, looking for stolen vehicles and assisting St. Paul on calls that arise that are high priority calls, or if they just need backup. I want to give a shout out to the gentleman that said hi to us at the Tom Reed's as we were eating lunch earlier. I don't know your name, but I appreciate the fact that you're watching. Also, shout out to Mary from Delano, you know who you are, that brought us some treats on Saturday, and we really appreciated that. And Sandy, who stopped and said hi to us as well over the weekend. We don't want to talk about the Gopher football team or the Vikings today. I'm still stinging from both of those. The Gophers, I wasn't surprised, but the Vikings could have pulled that one off last night. So I wish they would have won, but Josh Dobbs was under a ton of pressure, and but he did a tremendous job for someone who's relatively new to the system. So we'll see. Hopefully we can move forward. We'll see. Hopefully we can move forward. I'm trying to mute myself here so that I can see a little bit more. Hopefully you had a chance to see the before I left town, us being able to give a bicycle to Noah, the young man whose bicycle was stolen, and the backseaters generously donated to help replace that bike. And it was just a really touching moment to be able to go there and get a big hug from him. He was very excited. It's about, I don't know what the temp is right now. Hold on just a second. Let me check my dash. 43 and cloudy. Not bad for this time of year. We'll take anything that's not below freezing and snowing. Got to give a quick shout out to Sergeant Mark Suki. He's probably not watching me, but he hurt his knee on Friday chasing bad guys and catching the bad guy, by the way, with a gun in the car. But he hurt his knee, so I hope he's doing better. He's at home, and Director Leiden and I called him today to check on him and see how he's doing, and hopefully he'll be back in the mix here in not too long. We're eastbound on University now.
Copy, picture, please.
Of course, right now it's relatively quiet, but for those of you who are new to the back seat, if things heat up on the street, I'll let you know, and I will mute myself and turn up the radio so you can hear stuff as it's occurring. As I said, it's been a busy morning, which usually means we're going to have a busy afternoon.
9271 also.
Copy, medical at 3656 Hoffman Road, apartment 329. A 1-year-old female is choking on a quarter.
So you just heard that call. A 1-year-old female's choking on a quarter. The White Bear Lake squads are on their way there, and hopefully they can get that quarter dislodged before the medics get there. I can honestly say I've never been to one of those where a kid was choking on something where we weren't able to get it out or give them the attention they need in a timely fashion. So it's just important to know that Heimlich maneuver if you're a parent, and how a smaller child like this one, how to hold them on their belly but with their head down and give them some back blows to dislodge the object.
5381. Testing fire with a small smoke on the first floor. Unknown unit source.
K1 fire companies.
Copy. Testing 43.
So a lot of times you will hear squads dispatched to smell of smoke or whatnot where there's no, known actual active fire. And sometimes the officers or deputies will just say, send fire, and then they can advise if there's an issue. A lot of times it's just burnt food.
45. 41.
On assist at the Joanne traffic at 1739 Avenue East. Caller's client is being unruly and aggressive toward the caller, stated that she doesn't feel safe driving her home.
45 copy. 41 copy is 10H and McKnight.
So we're going to go eastbound here on front because Rice Street is closed. It looks like for some much needed repair.
For yellow 624, the driver and occupants of the vehicle have left the scene. Have located.
Copy.
You may have heard in the news, if you're paying attention to the news here in the Twin Cities over the weekend, Saturday night, a SWAT officers from St. Paul were attempting to stop a vehicle for a narcotics arrest, and the vehicle fled. The officers did not chase it because it was driving so recklessly and erratically, but the car smashed into an unrelated police car quite a ways away from where it initially fled, and the driver then fled on foot, leaving a passenger who was severely injured and an officer that with injuries as well. So thank goodness the officer wasn't hurt worse, and hopefully we will get this suspect in custody in a timely fashion. Oh, good. So the child's not choking, but the parents believe the child swallowed the quarter. So that's good that the child is breathing well. Here's the deal, or lesson I learned, is that you should bring the child in to the hospital anyway and have them checked out, because to make sure that that quarter's not lodged somewhere that it shouldn't be, and certain things that kids will eat are poisonous to the kids. Cigarettes. One of my boys ate a cigarette when he was little, and that really made him sick. we weren't sure what was going on, and but we were at relative's house and someone had been smoking, and
445 is out.
he ate the cigarette, and a glass bead from a jar. Once I can't remember if it was my son or daughter that ate the glass bead from a jar with flowers in it, and it had glass beads to anchor the vase, and those glass beads have a lot of lead in them, I guess, so they really want to make sure that gets out of their system as soon as possible. So that's my only medical advice for the day. So we are crossing over into the east side of St. Paul, which means I have to adjust my radio.
Where's my ticket?
4450.
Phone call request for the
50 copy.
Simple Maple Medic. Maple Medic responding to 1372 Pine Tree Drive for a 46-year-old female that is having anxiety attacks.
We're north on Westminster at Hyacinth. Something I was going to mention today is at this time of year with Thanksgiving and
5283 Tango.
families coming back together, kids coming back from college, you know, it could put a lot of stress on a family. And keep an eye on your loved ones, you know, ask them how they're doing. We tend to have a lot of mental health crises over the holidays, as well as suicides. And just make sure you look out for each other. And
587 Bill wearing a black trench coat, one in the door on the market side of the store.
help your friends.
5960, give me that one more time.
Now him in the store yelling and making threats. Point in 35 years old, 5'8" Bill, wearing a black trench jacket. Market side of the store.
2266 traffic.
2266.
So there's a call at Walmart of a male who's in the store causing a disturbance. Not an unusual occurrence. Those large box stores tend to get their share of calls.
522 code 4. No guys aren't here anymore.
528.
You can leave me on it for a little bit. There's a bunch of stuff here.
I'm gonna go back and show you an accident up here. I did not see it on the CAD, but
2263.
you probably saw the fire trucks up here. It looks like there's a trailer that's overturned.
68-year-old male with COVID.
Looks like maybe this truck pulling a trailer crashed and the trailer came off. I don't know if you could see it there, but I'll give you some advice that I got from my field training officers when I was just a brand new officer, and that advice is the shiny side is supposed to be up. All right, the side with the wheels goes down. So it looks like there was an accident here. The truck hit the car and the trailer tipped, but they are being helped by Maplewood's finest officers. So we will move so that we're not causing further traffic issues, but people just need to be really careful when you're out driving, partly because there are enough people out that aren't paying attention. You don't want to get run into by one of those folks. I was just over in Minneapolis last week, and you really got to have your head on a swivel over there because people are driving nuts.
Open line campus, 1353.
145.
Copy, 1353.
So we're back westbound on Larpenter.
Normal speaker, Thompson, please the home. Receive. Caller, please do a call back.
We're approaching Rice Street now.
What is this 145?
So I wanted to take a minute, if it was kind of slow, which it is, to talk
I
about
can try and make contact with
some of the people that help us in the sheriff's office that you're not going to see on camera. You may hear about every once in a while, but they're kind of our unsung heroes that get stuff done. You've heard of the smartest man, Kyle Mestad, who kind of oversees all of our admin, our grants, budget stuff, our finance people. You know, he's the guy that makes sure everything keeps rolling, that we're not paying attention to usually, unless he tells us to pay attention to it, like reducing overtime or whatever. Megan Schaefer, who helps manage our contracts with other agencies and vendors, and make sure that we have good agreements that take care of us when, you know, we enter into those agreements to work with another agency. Dave Titus, who's on loan to us from St. Paul, who does he is the president of the Minnesota Peace and Associate, and helps us with legislation and issues that we need to address legally to make sure that you know, we can do our jobs. And he also is in charge of our health and wellness. Excuse me, Dino Guerin, who works on our emergency preparedness and making sure we have the personal protective equipment we need to be safe and do our jobs in a way where we can serve the public. Dave Matusalem, who's our chief deputy, who helps run the day-to-day operations of the sheriff's office and has the unenviable job of being my boss and the boss of all of us under sheriffs, keeping us in line, getting us to play well together. Tina McNamara, who oversees our courts and our civil process, our warrants, a lot of that stuff that people don't think about, that is the responsibility of the sheriff's office. Transports, taking inmates to and from their court dates and other facilities. Bill Finney, who oversees our jail, formerly the chief of the St. Paul Police Department, I think for 18 years. So Gabe Exman, who does our grants and seeks out grants to help supplement our budget and allow us to do things like the CAT team that we otherwise wouldn't be able to do. Anna and Mitchell and our finance people.
1667 Sterling, apartment 208 East. Callers waiting at
So we have just a tremendous amount of people who just do a great job, who a lot of times are working behind the scenes to ensure that we can be successful.
There, and it sounds like there's possibly fighting.
Copy.
205, did you copy that as well?
So we're going to go south on Dale from Maryland.
We don't know. We don't have any information beyond that because they called us on the phone. I'm trying to get clarification.
Copy that, thanks. 37 at
What's left?
30.
So Dakota County is calling, looking for.
Respond as normal for Dakota County.
Oh, okay. Dakota County squad saw a fight, but they were. Sounds like the fight broke up. They just wanted a merc squad there for some reason.
Juvenile in an accident.
Copy. Three oh three.
06, go ahead.
Can you call console 24 when you get a chance, please?
Also 24, copy that.
So we're gonna go eastbound here from Como Frontdale on Como. Kind of a confusing intersection here where multiple streets come together.
Suspect medic at 7735 Silver Lake Road, apartment 102 for a 93-year-old female that fell complaining of hip pain.
Thank you.
Proceed along.
53 Tango.
5283 Tango.
247.
247, go ahead.
PC, give them a call back and see exactly what they got going on.
40.
So we're still eastbound here at Western. Headed over to Rice. We're going to check on report of a dangerous condition. See if we can't clear that up for St. Paul. Of a
Send me that AOA. One of those spots can clear if they want.
female that we're very familiar with walking in the street. And
There's a black female on the address. I'm trying to get a hold of Dakota.
causing issues.
Physically violent with staff. The 40-year-old female, average build, wearing a white shirt and tan leggings. Where are you first? How do you see it?
4-1 copy. We're on the lane and 4 lane.
Personnel. 5230.
I won't get another chance to tell you this, but happy Thanksgiving to
I called
everyone.
Dakota County. They said they don't know. They just said their investigators asked for a squad routine.
Happy Thanksgiving to all of you and your families. I hope you have the opportunity to relax at some point and enjoy and be thankful for the blessings that you have.
Happy a
And hopefully you can just most of you can take a day off. Of course, police, fire, EMS, our dispatchers, our hospitals, and all those folks that have to work regardless of the holiday. But if you see them, say thank you to them for working through the holiday and for what they do every day. So we're coming into the area where the female was walking into the street, and cars were having to dodge her. I'm going to see if I can locate her and just ask her to stay out of the street.
251.
251.
927 Jackson is the cemetery office, and they're not here.
I'm on the phone with Dakota. They're trying to clarify.
Thank you.
Where's 61?
young lady who was the subject of this call. So if I don't see her in another block, or there she is, I'm just going to talk to her quick. Susie, somebody called in on you. Somebody called in. Try to stay out of the street, all right? Okay, be careful. All right, there we go. We took care of that one.
And 251 and all the squads apparently was supposed to be Jesse, not Jackson. And you can be clear that Dakota County says they no longer need help.
251 camera up there.
Incident assigned.
1407.
Confirm.
Your incident has been updated.
All right, so I went on, I assigned the call to myself, and then I'm clearing it out here quick so that St. Paul doesn't have to send a squad over here.
I can start for pending.
You had 175 Charles, this computed 235 Echo. Caller is only hearing this, please. What she hears is a male hitting a female. Female screaming, please stop.
249.
595 Bittersweet Lane.
230 assist.
Much appreciated. 1408. Let's see for Charlie.
All right. So I had to go into the computer. I assigned myself the call, put a note in there that I advised her to stay out of the street. And then I had to go in and clear myself from the call. That way I could do all that and not tie up valuable airtime for the squads that are out on higher priority stuff. And then it clears up the St. Paul squad to go to the higher priority events and not get tied up on something that easy.
Copy, they also playing at 1462 Arden Oak Drive.
So we're south on Park at Winnipeg. Kind of a busy little area back in here. We get a lot of stolen cars, some drug dealing, a little bit of prostitution, but it's an area that we try to patrol as much as we can. The time of day that school buses are dropping the kids off in the neighborhood, so you'll see a lot of people waiting, and we want to make sure that people are driving safely so they're not running into kids. This car, I think, has a smoking problem. Wow. But it looks like they're trying to limp it over to somewhere. And I don't want to stop them, because if I do, they'll probably never get it started again. And any of us who've been there, had cars like that, you know you're just trying to get to your destination. We're driving by the Oakland Cemetery not too long ago. We had, about a month ago, a bunch of folks were visiting a fellow gang member's gravesite on the anniversary, I believe, of the death of that individual, and fired more than 100 rounds from multiple guns. And the beauty of it is we could take those shell casings and match them up to other shootings or guns that are recovered, and just add to our intel or our probable cause to arrest folks or get search warrants. We're northbound on Jackson. Here we're approaching Maryland. I think we'll try to sneak back over to the east side. I hate to use the Q word, but it's pretty quiet right now. Eastbound on Maryland Avenue, headed into the east side here, and we will check on a couple of locations here where schools are starting to get out. As you can see, if you're not from here, the leaves, for the most part, have fallen off the trees. There's some trees that are holdouts, and then there are a few kinds of trees that hold on to their leaves till later, much later in the season. But for the most part, the trees have lost their leaves, and people are out cleaning them up or have already done that so that they don't get mold and other issues from getting wet in the winter and having the snow on them.
For 20 miles. Copy, for
I want to thank everyone for your tremendous support over the last few years doing this live on patrol. It's really nice to hear from all the backseaters, and I don't know, these kids might be waving at us. I'm not really sure. At the car in front of us, or maybe they saw a friend. I don't know. But we'll pretend like they waved at us. Oh, they're definitely waving at us, so you guys have a good day. I'm not going to pull you over. There's no reason. Whoever's driving's doing a great job. So
361 on suspect left by the apartment.
they must be watching us on their
The black Chrysler.
phones in the car.
Black BMW X5 and a full license.
So we're up here. We're going to pass Johnson High School, home of the Governors.
5 a.m. after DLC 1177 clearance for another trip using the store for that he is now filing. He's a black male wearing a dark hoodie and green.
We're going to take a right here on Wheelock Parkway and go kind of southeast along Phelan Golf Course. It looks like they're still golfing out there. Kind of surprised, unless somebody snuck on the course. Oh, looks like an actual golfer. A couple of them.
That's all in Lexington to recover the gun color phone waiting on the ground. Should be waiting there wearing a blue hood type shirt.
Passing the Phelan Recreation Center, but also ice rink. Outside ice rink. And
plates show up as previous plates on a gray Mercedes SUV.
The Minnesota Wild held an outdoor practice there last year. I'm assuming they might again this year. They had one at the Dyna Ice Rink, I believe. But first it's got to get cold enough to make good ice.
I'll take the abandoned vehicle.
Copy. Vehicles abandoned in the area of 1013 Ingerson, 1321.
5960.
5960.
Code 4 of the shopping, sir.
Code 4 Walmart, 1421.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I see it now. Well, if you see that, if you get back in town and you see that SUV, it's turned off before, right there. Not sure where. Copy that.
So that's Pat. You heard Pat out there. One half of the Bob and Pat Friday Night Live on Patrol. Pat's out and about and saw a vehicle that had plates that didn't match the vehicle, it sounds like, and so we'll keep an eye out for it while we're over here. Anyway, I was thanking you for all your support over the last few years. It's just been tremendous, the things that you've done for our community, and for other backseaters, the replacing the bicycle for Noah, and the gift cards that we can give to the homeless, and the donations of warm clothing that we can give to homeless folks. It really means a lot, and especially during the holidays here. We appreciated it. Puts a big smile on people's face. We're right by the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, or the BCA, our state investigative agency. Superintendent Drew Evans does a tremendous job, along with his assistant superintendents and the investigators here. And some of my favorite people either have always worked at the BCA or have gone to the BCA further along in their careers.
The center was cutting himself and fled the building with the intention to kill himself. Subject to the Davian Henderson situation album in 2005. 6 foot thin built, wearing a down jacket, red black pants.
I forgot to ask you earlier, but if you can, please share this video. The more people we can get watching, the better. Or subscribe on YouTube. We want to reach as many people as we can and kind of show them the inside of. Show them the inside of what we do in policing, and that it's not all just arresting people and tagging people or going to calls, but a lot of it's just interactions with folks and building trust. We're We're gonna go north here on White Bear Avenue. I'm looking at the pending calls here.
4461 PCM.
4461.
Using the P plate, no clear.
Copy.
Nothing really over in the area where we are. We are getting a few little sprinkles or something. I don't know if they're... It's hard to tell if they're just little rain sprinkles or small snowflakes. We're gonna pretend like it's not snowing because I'm not quite ready for that.
Could you put me on a shoplifter? I don't see it on the board.
Copy. 1426.
We're northbound on White Bear. We're coming up to Larpenter, which is the border with the city of Maplewood.
Three, 4.
55 Train Avenue from the lower unit and towards stage. He was hit by his girlfriend and he's waiting out front.
Copy.
137. Copy, update.
Verified. 230.
We're passing by Aldrich Arena. Pretty soon the high school, I don't know if it's quarterfinals or semifinals, will be there at the indefinitely. Section finals will be, some of them will be played there at Aldrich Arena. It's a historic facility here on the east side of, on the east side of the metro area.
850 County Road East at Walmart. For a disorderly male yelling at people inside the store near the pharmacy. Black male, 18 years old, 5'9", and build, wearing a black sweatshirt, jeans, and black shoes.
Our friends aren't out there today. It's a little cold for the kids to be playing outside anyway. So we're in the city of Maplewood. Chief Beardeman is the chief in Maplewood. Runs a great department. Great officers. We get to interact with them a lot. It's a busy suburb, and they are home to one of the two large malls that we have in the in Ramsey County. Maplewood Mall is up here, and we also have Rosedale Mall over in the city of Roseville. I always want to call the city Rosedale. Daughter and her friends had a Friendsgiving
156.
last night, and she made some, I don't know, like a buffalo chicken cheese dip. That looked really good. She's lucky I didn't eat half of it before she got it, but I didn't eat any. And she and my wife went to the Gopher women and Connecticut basketball game yesterday afternoon. Unfortunately, the Gophers lost, but Connecticut's a highly ranked team. I can't remember what their rank is, and they have some Paige Beckers from Hopkins, Minnesota. And my daughter and my wife wanted to see her play against the Gophers, and got to see quite a show yesterday. The Gophers put on a good fight, but in the end, lost. But Minnesota's really become a breeding ground for really good women's basketball. I've always had a little bit of that, but the Lindsay Whalens and the Rachel Bannums, but man, has it exploded lately, and our high school and AAU teams are really turning out some great women's basketball players, and it helps that we have good programs, but also a lot of good Division I, Division II, Division III opportunities for those girls to play. So I should say happy birthday to Sailor Gallagher, my son's friend and daughter's friend, who plays at Augsburg. I don't know which day was her birthday, but it was within the last couple days. Happy birthday, Sailor.
Happy birthday.
And it goes without saying that we turn out by far the best hockey players in the world. I mean, there might be a couple other competitors, but Minnesota is the state of hockey. And we have not only have tremendous high school and college sports, but professional sports, professional hockey, and the Wild and the women's professional hockey league. The U of M Gopher women are a dynasty when it comes to women's hockey, and it's awesome to see our teams competing at such a high level. For as busy as it was on the radio this morning, it's definitely slowed down. But the good thing is, on Wednesday we'll have the younger CAT team members will be out and active, and then on Friday we'll be back to Live on Patrol Friday edition, where the sheriff and our sheriff Bob Fletcher and Deputy Pat Scott will be out fighting crime with members of our CAT team and other deputies as assigned. I will be out as well, but generally I will have a camera, but won't always be on camera. So again, I apologize for missing last Monday and the lack of a notice, but it just didn't have the ability to do that. We are headed south on 35E back to the barn. I appreciate everybody taking this time to watch me today, even though we didn't have much action. We got to ask little Susie to stay out of the street, and we looked for the Dakota County deputies who actually had given the wrong address. And we did get to see the accident up at Westminster and Larpenteur.
Go for it, Walmart.
And, but not a lot going on.
Pretty much remote.
Yeah.
We keep trying to convince the sheriff to that we should do live on patrol from somewhere warm during the winter, like Florida or California or Mexico. Nah, probably not live on patrol from Mexico, but we would have to hook up with maybe another agency to ride along or do something else. But it would be kind of fun.
24-1 County Ride. Apartment 213, assisting medic. 74-year-old male, conscious and shortness of breath and dizziness.
So thanks again for being with me today. We're almost back to the station, and I got to go to an important meeting. But I really am glad that you took the time to stick around, and make sure you watch us on Wednesday afternoon. Thanks. Have a good night and have a great Thanksgiving.
A St. Paul man has filed a $55 million lawsuit against Ramsey County, alleging a former sheriff's deputy planted the DNA evidence that put him behind bars. After serving more than 3 years in prison, he was fully exonerated. And as Fox 9's Mary McGuire explains, this isn't the first time this deputy has been accused of misconduct.
Well, it's something that you can't get used to, but you end up getting used to it.
For 3 years, 3 months, and 19 days, Ben Hill sat behind bars for a crime he knew he didn't commit.
I told everyone the same thing. I said, watch, you're going to see it on the news someday. You're going to see that I didn't do this.
He was found guilty and sent to prison in 2013 for illegally possessing a firearm after his DNA was found on 2 guns, even though 2 witnesses testified they weren't his. Because Hill had a criminal record, he couldn't legally have a gun at the time. After spending more than 1,200 days in jail, maintaining his innocence the entire time, a Ramsey County district judge found the DNA on those guns was planted, the only evidence used to convict Hill in the first place. His appeal was granted, and he was fully exonerated in 2018.
He had no shot after the DNA was discovered on the firearms. The DNA statistics might be infallible, but how the DNA got where it got is where the weak link is.
An independent investigation later found then Sheriff's Office investigator Thomas Rudnick had Hill's DNA swab and the guns for 4 days without turning them into evidence.
He had the DNA on the buccal swabs and the firearms together for 4 days. He had it all at the same time so that he could tamper with it.
At a post-conviction hearing, Rudnick even admitted that he kept evidence as he pleased and didn't bother to keep accurate chain of custody logs.
Deputy Rudnick intentionally circumvented the paperwork protocols that are intended to prevent this type of abuse.
Hill is now suing Rudnick, Ramsey County, and 9 other deputies in federal court.
I'd like to get my life back to how I was on track to be and before all this happened, and I want to be successful in life. I want to have my family back together.
This isn't the first time Rudnick has been accused of misconduct. In 2015, he pled guilty to theft charges after an investigation revealed he stole evidence from cases, sold it to pawn shops, and pocketed the cash. He retired from the department that same year, and Hill's attorneys think that retirement may have been the motivation for planting evidence in Hill's case.
According to him, he was trying to retire, and they wouldn't let him because he had too many open cases.
Fox 9 reached out to Ramsey County Sheriff Bob Fletcher, who would not comment on the litigation because he wasn't in office at the time of the alleged incident. Reporting in St. Paul, Mary McGuire, Fox 9.
And a St. Paul man has filed a $55 million lawsuit against Ramsey County, alleging a former sheriff's deputy planted
Now, I've known Bob Fletcher for 33 years. I cannot say to Bob Fletcher, well done. I cannot say to him that your days of divide and conquer, of the secret phone calls to members of my staff to divide us so that he could cherry pick parts of my department or could try and operate within my department, has ever worked, but it's caused us great consternation and great difficulty in getting things done. When I ask the question, can I say well done to him about his selection of cronies to work for him? I've had cases where literally civilian staff with no law enforcement experience whatsoever went my narcotics briefings, and we had to physically toss them out. I can't say well done to that either. My mom once said that birds of the feather flock together. I guess if you ask Rehack and Nayland where their flock is, I think they might say Bob Fletcher is part of that flock. I gotta say no to overspending. I live within a budget. Every year, as chief of police, I brought my department in on budget and on time. I asked myself, how could the county sheriff that I work with go over budget so regularly? I can tell you that Matt Bostrom, when I gave him $50 million to run a project, he not only brought it in on time, he brought back change. Matt Bostrom is a man that you can trust with your money. He understands that it's not his money, it's the public's dollars that he's spending. Finally, I gotta say no to Matt. I gotta say no to Bob when I talk about the secret deals. The backdoor deals, the conversations that happen in the hallway, the deals that seem to always revolve around him getting reelected or him getting something that he wanted. Those secret deals have got to end. It's time to bring law enforcement and public safety in Ramsey County out in the bright light of the day. And so I say no to Bob Fletcher. No, you have not been a good and faithful servant. It's time for a change in leadership here. It's time for Ramsey County to have new leadership. It's time for Matt Bostrom to be county sheriff in Ramsey County, and that's why I'm supporting him.
Those 33 terrorist groups in Ramsey County? It was a very big lie. By Karen Hollyish, TC Daily Planet, January 24, 2011. Just weeks into the new Ramsey County Sheriff administration, we finally know why former Sheriff Bob Fletcher ignored Minnesota Data Practices requests for the 78 terrorism information briefs he boasted about preparing and disseminating since 2005. They never existed, Randy Gustafson, the new public information officer for Sheriff Matt Bostrom, said in a telephone interview on January 19. It is a very big lie. But that's not the only thing Fletcher falsified in this 2009 budget report to the Ramsey County Board, according to Gustafson. While Gustafson was looking for answers to the Daily Planet's October 20 Data Practices Act request, he discovered that some of Fletcher's most shocking figures, such as his claims that Ramsey County citizens were threatened by 22 domestic and 11 international terrorist groups in 2009, had been made up, too. I think that they came from an active imagination, Gustafson said. I think the number, he added, just kind of sounded like a good number. Gustafson, whose official response to the Daily Planet's request can be read here, said he had to prod some of his new colleagues to get this information. He speculated that Fletcher, as well as Fletcher's employees who supposedly did this anti-terrorism work, had a self-serving reason to stretch the truth. What they told the county board was a little bit exaggerated, Gustafson said, but if they hadn't worded it that way it wouldn't have justified the thousands of dollars of salaries they were getting. Bob's secret little army. Sources within the department said Fletcher's anti-terrorism unit was shrouded in secrecy. One of the few descriptions of it can be found on this contentious 2005 e-democracy thread, in which Gary Olding, who identified himself as the leader of the department's Weapons of Mass Destruction, Prevention, Research, and Preparedness Unit, stepped in to describe his work. We conduct investigations, surveillance, and develop informants to preempt and solve crimes involving weapons of mass destruction and terrorism before they occur, Olding wrote. But if one of the unit's crowning achievements was supposedly the creation and distribution of dozens of terrorism information briefs, which never existed, just how did Olding and his team members spend their time? Olding, who left his post a week after Fletcher was gone, didn't respond to the Daily Planet's requests for an interview. His 2009 salary, according to this searchable database on the Pioneer Press website, was $92,380.52. Just how that public money was spent, and exactly how many people worked underneath Olding, remains unknown. One deputy who's been with the department for more than 10 years described Olding's WMD unit as Bob's secret little army. At least a half-dozen deputies worked in it, said the deputy, who asked that his name not be printed for fear of retaliation. City Page's Matt Snyders documented some of that retaliation in a 2009 article. They existed because they carried out Bob's little secret war, he said, and his secret war was to create a story, get him in the paper and get him re-elected. An example of the secret war, he said, was the department's infiltration into activist groups that planned to protest the 2008 RNC convention. The day-to-day work of the unit's members may have been more mundane, according to what Gustafson has already learned in his short time on the job. Much of the unit's research into groups like People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals and Animal Liberation Front happened through virtual channels, he said. They sat around watching CNN and they went to the websites of these different groups, Gustafson reported. That was how they spent their days. More to come. The Daily Planet wasn't the only media outlet whose Data Practices Act requests, calls and emails were completely ignored during Fletcher's 16-year tenure. Within days of his arrival, Gustafson received no fewer than 5 Data Practices Act requests from reporters whose earlier attempts had likely ended up in Fletcher's garbage can. The previous administration didn't exactly make it easy for Gustafson to transition into his work with the public. When he got to his new office, there were no files, papers, or outstanding records requests left for him to learn from. Inside of the office there were 0 pieces of paper, he said. As the days go on, the suspicious history they're unearthing is a bit of shock, Gustafson said. It's just amazing, he said. We're right now in this discovery phase, and this first quarter is trying to find things out like this. With a more responsive administration in place, the coming months are sure to bring to light more information about how Fletcher ran his department and how taxpayer money was spent. It's not just media outlets who are interested in learning the truth. The questions you raise in terms of the scope, personnel, and costs of these past investigations are questions that the new sheriff is also interested in learning answers to, Gustafson said in his official response. Upon the conclusion of an internal investigation process now underway, we will be able to provide pertinent information to you. Former Sheriff Bob Fletcher, who was on leave from the St. Paul Police Department during his 16 years as sheriff, returned to the St. Paul Police Department as a night watch commander.
See what's happening at the Foundry tonight?
Some pussy. Y'all want to see some pussy?
No, don't.
Some white pussy.
That's a good flavor, good aroma. Good aroma.
Pink pussy.
It smells interesting. I quit smoking.
Do that dick still get on hard?
Stop.
I think we'll be back here. smoking would affect your ability to get an erection. See, to be honest with you, she was grabbing for Pat's crotch.
She was reaching.
She was reaching for Pat's crotch, and that arrest her for criminal sexual conduct at that point, right? See what's happening at the Foundry tonight. Make sure everybody's getting along.
How you doing?
Everybody getting along okay?
It smells like August 1st out here.
Looks like everybody's going back in.
It can't be us.
What?
But it smells interesting out here.
That's a good flavor, good aroma. Good aroma.
What y'all say?
I said it's
It
a good
smells
aroma.
nice
Smells like
out here.
Y'all
cigars.
see some pussy?
No, I do not.
Do y'all want to see some pussy?
No,
Well,
thank you.
you just
Do you
got.
want to see
No,
some
don't.
pussy?
No, we don't want to.
Oh, okay.
but
Do
thank
you
you.
want to see some white pussy?
No.
Pink pussy?
We're here to keep people safe. Did you know where the
We
police?
keeping our own self safe.
got a light?
Huh?
I know. I quit smoking January 31st.
Do that dick
I
still?
I ain't
Do
had-
that dick still get on hard?
Ah, stop, young lady.
Boy, fuck that. I don't give a fuck.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, not everybody represents our society that well, but for the most part, like we said, most people are good. How's it going? We got quite a turnout. I don't think they're all going to fit.
No, we got a full house.
Yeah. I think we'll be back here. That's my prediction.
I'm afraid you're right.
That's my prediction. It's 11 o'clock.
Afraid you're right.
11 o'clock. People are pretty well intoxicated already. Little conflict going on in the parking lot already. I think we're going to be back here. But let's see what the east side looks like first, huh? I did. One thing I did learn there is I never heard that smoking would affect your ability to get an erection.
Goodness gracious.
She was. You know why I drove away, backseaters? To be honest with you, she was grabbing for Pat's crotch.
She was reaching.
She was reaching for Pat's crotch, and that we didn't want to get to that point. For a variety of reasons, but we would have to arrest her for criminal sexual conduct at that point, right? So
yeah. If her mom was listening, she's going to get her mouth washed out with soap.
Yeah. She, yeah. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
A couple more police cars here.
1907 Marshall Avenue, Unit 2. Caller stated he left
We got a
for 2 hours and
problem
got back.
here, huh?
Doors open. Didn't know if anybody's inside. The doors are damaged, so he's not sure if somebody entered.
We get calls here all the time. Hey, Robert. Oh, there's somebody. Looks like a party. No, looks like they got security there.
Like a big guy.
Look at all the cars here. Oh my goodness. Hey, any county spots, if you're not donating, float over here to 200 South Robert. At that building where we always get calls later on, but there is one mega party here. Mega party. We're gonna have to. I don't know if you can get in, get out, get around. Let them know the police are here though, just so that they feel more comfortable. Here we go. Hey, Santa! Santa, come here a minute. What's the occasion here? What was it? A Halloween party? Cool. It's cute outfits, huh? Yeah, we're not here to cause any trouble, but it's a lot of people, huh?
Yeah, that's how we have.
You guys good though?
Yes, we're trying to find our
All right. Good luck. See you later. Thank you. I hear yelling at the front door.
Music.
Oh, here's it. Look at all the cars here, Rev.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Time is it?
He's it's crowded. He's at the leaving. 12:42.
I'm sure that's a fire code. It's been closed. Oh, Jason! Jason! Jason, what's going on? Are you gonna kill anybody or what? Good party or not? Good, how about you? You guys going in or just leaving? All right, be safe. Have a good Halloween.
We're talking with the for check area. You guys want to check the area?
Well,
how did they park them in here?
They double parked them. They double parked them. Well, there's like 2 different parties here. How's it going, girls? Hello. How's it? Let's see if there's security here. What's going on? How's the party going? Oh, I want to see the costumes. Security?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. Just checking in, just making sure you're safe.
We get people about here.
Is it about the end?
Yes, it's about the end right now.
Where your backup?
Oh, backup's inside.
No, I said, where your backup? We got your backup.
Oh, thank you.
Hey,
How y'all doing?
did you say, hey,
Wait.
hey, was there anybody here dressed as a cute girl?
No, there were some people passing out though, so we had.
Oh, really?
That's why we shut down right now.
Looks like they're coming in now.
Well, see, the thing is, we shut down for an hour, then we reopened because we had to get.
She's got no clothes on. What?
It was 2 girls that passed out in here and they was in the bathroom. Hey, brother, that's nothing. I just seen a girl in here with literally nothing on.
Really?
Literally a piece of string.
Wow.
In this cold. It's crazy in there.
What, whose party is it? Somebody lives?
One of the venue guys, this is nephews, and he ended up going to college. He goes to U of M. He's like a big internet sensation guy. So
we're gonna just hang out by the front here. You go take care of your job.
Thank you guys.
You doing metal detectors?
Yes, sir. They're inside doing the metal detectors, but we're pat down at the door.
Good. Yeah, some of them you ain't gotta pat down.
No, pat down right here. Then we got a metal detector right here.
Some of them you might not want to pat down.
We got 2 security guards inside.
Good for you. Good for you.
Right here though.
Is there just one door?
No, just one.
Just one door. All right, thank you.
For suspect information, we're just got white male, green coat, black ski mask, carries a pocket knife, after size, and last seen running eastbound from the address.
Well, this is a costume. I don't really know what these girls without any clothes on are
Yeah,
pretending to be. What do you think?
Pocket knife.
What do you think?
Running eastbound from the address.
What do you think they're pretending to be? Come on, Rev.
Yeah. Let's see what the backseaters are saying.
That is a common thing, though, to wear skimpy clothing. There's a lot of people want to get into this gathering.
Oh, that red Audi. Never recovered.
287 check it up. DKP is on the
Couple kids next to it. Where's the close? Gas station right now. No, just put it together. And you need.
Got it,
clear. The one with the picture was a street. Okay. I thought there was one. I forget. I know there's one with Damon and somebody else, but.
Yeah, they were in the picture, but we never were able to figure out if it was stolen or not. We assumed it was. SWAT team! SWAT team! Hey, Odie, if you can run down here to 200 Robert just to hang out in the parking lot with us here as they clear them out. You're too close. What do you think? What's the backseater saying? Are we rating these costumes? All right, tell us the best costumes as you see. We need some good ratings. Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Here comes Jason again. I don't think we're gonna let everybody in. Say close.
My question is, he closed for hours and open back up?
Yeah, I'm not sure any of that was true. But it's only 33 degrees here. I'm gonna back up in case somebody comes out with a. How about that girl over on the left there with the zebra underwear? She got zebra socks too, right?
Right.
I can see why Santa and his elf left.
Yeah, they didn't exactly fit in.
Well, I don't know about that, but it's obviously very crowded, very stressful. There must be some serious dance. I'd like to. Why don't you go in there and get a video of the dancing?
That's okay.
Where's Andre when you need him?
4493 traffic. What's anything?
Guess what? You might find that guy in the onesie.
Down here? Yeah, he's coming to the Halloween party. I don't know.
9 meters, it's going to be Foxtrot Hotel Bravo 894.
Quite a mix of people.
Very.
What do you call that? Eclectic? What's the word for that? I don't know.
Good. 124.
How's it going, guys?
Narcotics.
We're just helping keep people safe.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, there you go.
You guys are here, making a lot of money, making it smooth.
Yeah,
My apologies.
nobody gets hurt when we're here.
Patrol and there's no one in the entryway.
It's a lot of people.
Come on, that girl's got to be freezing, right?
Right. It's got to be. Unless she got a lot of juice.
What the hell's going on there? The car was going to get very close to each other there. What's that? Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman. Oh, here's the onesie with the dragon coming up here. Wait, come here, what are you? Okay, Toy Story. Toy Story. To infinity and beyond. There's an inmate. Where's the speaker? Hey, inmate. Inmate from the Ramsey County Sheriff. Yes, you with the orange jumpsuit. You with the orange jumpsuit. Step back. Step back there, inmate. Inmate, come over here, inmate. You got out of your cuffs. Come back over here. Inmate, in the orange jumpsuit. We want to see that. We want to see that costume. We want to see if. There you go. Thank you, inmate.
Wow.
124. 124. You put me on 808 at University in Over.
The later it gets, the better our jokes are.
Copy. 15 minutes.
Where'd the zebra pants go?
I hope she went in the car with some heat.
I think she did. That car's backing out. There goes Wonder Woman again. You know, anytime there's large numbers of people, most of them don't seem intoxicated, do they?
No.
Clear you in between two. Some of the other.
I saw marijuana isn't too prevalent, so. Are you cold? Are you cold?
Male speaking fast, saying that he loves us.
All right. Well, if your friends are down here at 200 South Robert at the
2245
Halloween
Avenue North,
party.
Unit 2 for CDP. Caller claiming someone was trying to get into the apartment from the apartment above by knocking down the ceiling and for 25 minutes ago.
That might be better. Picture might be better. No. Whoa, there's another crowd coming.
And they just keep coming.
They only can go out one door, so I don't know what's happening.
And 329, you can actually disregard. We got a hold of the caller with accidental.
You know, if we had a big hall, we could hold some good parties.
Thank you.
We just invite people.
Right. 54 minutes.
Is that little Red Riding Hood? Hello, Riding Hood.
Your case number is 198376. 198376. Push 193,
How's it going, partner? How are you? Good. You guys out here chilling? Just chilling. Just keep people safe.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah. But...
So they must go in and say, hey, the police at the door. One by one, they come out and ask us what we're doing.
She had cat whiskers on. I bet they're telling people we're a little bit crowded.
You got a fellow call pending for missing person. I'm out there at Marion and University.
Nice boots, huh?
Oh, wow.
Nice boots. And what do we got coming here? What do we got coming here? What's that? I don't think costumes are like when I was young, we'd put a costume on.
117.
She's got a cane with her, too.
117.
Can you meet 2770 at Marion and University for a missing person that they are currently with?
There's our runaway prisoner.
590
Runaway prisoner in the stripes. Right there, number 842.
117, copy.
No, not me. Oh, is this the police? Oh,
The Boston Celtics. There's another inmate. People like the inmate.
How's
How's it going?
oh.
Looking good. Good costume. Good costume.
That's 101 to copy. University Avenue West and Snelling Avenue North. Caller states on University heading towards Dale. There are two groups of people on each side of the street. Caller stating they were passing around a black 9mm. Male with a white sweater was the last one seen with a firearm. The male is also wearing a mask. There's approximately 12 people on each side of the street.
Interesting. Good.
Copy. Can we get a better location?
Follow that one for a
Snelling and Dale
little
are
bit.
very far away. 124, I believe. They just walked past me. They're going eastbound from Albert.
Yeah, we're going to end up right at that address we were at.
Copy, going eastbound for Albert.
Just info, I didn't see anyone with a handgun. 168, are any threats being made, or are these juveniles, or are they just adults at this point?
Right, yeah, question?
I believe they're all to be juveniles. Just a group of them walking amongst themselves, not making threats to anyone.
Who?
This young man that was in an essential shirt.
There's about 6 on the north side and 6 on the south side, both walking in the same direction.
But I'm making sure that he don't...
6 on the north side, 6 on the south
He
side.
tries to get back. Come and get us.
We've also had multiple callers stating that this group had firearms.
For highly intoxicated female.
I don't know. Southeast corner of Robert and Plato.
Thank you. 58 minutes. Copy, you'll be cleared in. Copy, starting medics, 58 minutes.
No.
Hey, buddy.
So that was the one that took his shirt off.
Which one?
He took his shirt off.
I got my camera, see if I can watch it for a little bit, see if I can see a
He's
fire.
right there behind the...
Who?
He's behind the dumpster. He said.
Okay, behind us.
Behind us. Said he hit a woman.
171.
Hey, miss.
East south side.
I have a question.
Hamlin University
Question.
is also
So,
a group of 6.
that's a
one
black
wearing white
halo,
sweater.
okay? On your head. Does that mean you're like an angel or a devil or...
No, I think I'm an angel.
You're an angel?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's better.
We just want to check.
Exactly. Nothing with the devil.
Now that I see your smile like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, all right, thank you.
We gotta go.
According to the original complainant, yes, the male with a white sweater was the last one with the gun. White sweater with a face mask.
Copy. We're now walking eastbound on the north side of
There's a lot of people here,
University.
Reverend. To be honest with you, just as many have come as have left, right?
Somebody said
Subject wearing a
inmates
white
and
sweater
hookers
is
seem to
walking
need poppy.
down on University.
You know what? That's what those outfits are. Why didn't you tell me that earlier?
How many callers?
Those are hooker outfits.
Hooker outfits. God,
Dresses up like a hooker. Well, there's a lot of different cultures here. That girl's costume is too small.
Parkwood, Magnolia, Minnesota.
There's the zebra pants. There's the zebra pants. She came back and went in.
Berkeley, Magnolia, 0100.
You know if we leave here, there's going to be a fight, right?
As soon as we leave. What's up, man?
100 Northside University between Syndicate and Hamlin.
Is this a kid party? Because they're not drinking.
Doesn't seem like it. I
The
don't
mail
know.
on the north side, Syndicate
That's a
and
dance
Hamlin.
party, I think,
Give me
right?
the air, calling 10-1 at 101, Syndicate and Hamlin.
I don't know. I mean, I'm ready to leave, but I feel like something could happen here.
As soon as we take off.
We're doing good community outreach. At least you are. I just need to arrest the 3 prisoners down here. I do suppose it is possible that we're contributing to the traffic jam. Although there's nobody behind us. Everybody's going the other way.
Most of everyone, we have one guy with a gun.
Copy, mail with a gun.
They have not seen each other in a long time.
I don't know about that. Oh, there's probably some girl texting him on the phone. Yeah.
There's another one.
From the south that's kind of moving north.
She used to wear that in 4th grade. That was her 4th grade outfit.
Wanted is Minnesota Kilo Uniform Delta 807 2024.
Any officer safety carjacking at gunpoint.
Are also suspects in the shooting
Kilo
and
Uniform
multiple
Delta
other carjacking.
807 on a 2024 Jeep Compass silver in color. Vehicle is carjacked at gunpoint. Occupant suspect in shootings and multiple carjackings. Information sent to your screens at 102.
Officer safety, Steve, taking a carjacking at gunpoint. The occupants are suspects in a shooting and multiple other carjackings.
Oh, there you go.
Well, vehicle to 2024 silver Compass, Kilo Uniform Delta 807.
Silver Jeep Compass.
We have 5 individuals.
Most important car of the night here. Kilo Uniform Delta, KUD. Well, one of the Dallas cheerleaders is here. 807. Dallas Cowboys, did you see that?
I saw that.
Two broke off and they got on the platform at
Silver Jeep Compass,
Hamlin
brand new,
Union,
2024.
Once you start stopping people, they started walking away westbound.
Copy, just over me, 5 were detained.
Kill your headlights there, Joey.
171.
Mostly when we have about 3 guys that have guns and AR-15.
Well, they got some guys with a lot of guns up there.
Copy. 3 have AR style guns.
Jesus, criminy.
You know what suspects or officers?
Hey, good question.
I'm sorry, go again.
I'll turn the heat up. You're going to open the window a little more.
There go another one.
228. 228.
322, copy, you're out to the assist medics on the Silver 1115 George Avenue. 104.
Got the 5 names. They're still working out the situation. I think there's another group on the other side of the street. But they're all good working out. I got a lot of them there.
Your group on the south side doesn't have any firearms on them.
Copy, group on south side does not have any firearms.
Well, here we are, 2023, and I can tell you, it is cold out here, 33 degrees, and these people have on nothing.
119K, was anybody free? We need someone to go to T to grab a rifle box.
Wow, interesting.
25. If they're all tied up, over the last second, a rifle box from Central for their location.
Like I said, we got the other people on the south side too. Looks like they're all together.
Look at look at Bob. He's having a ball.
Why'd you bring us outside?
How'd he look?
He looked good. He looked
Ew!
Jesus Christ.
You love to see. That's when they come in.
Yeah. Fort Myers Beach. Come here a minute. I love it. Come here. Fort Myers. Have you been there? Huh? I love your hair too. Yeah. I think I saw you on Fort Myers Beach on the pier.
You think so?
On the pier. Yeah. Yeah. I love the Fort Myers Beach.
Thank you so much.
You know where the pizza place is there? Right on the pier? Yeah.
Oh, I do.
So what are you dressed up as?
I'm Lola Bunny.
All right. Very good. What's that? I love it. What's that one?
That's a burger.
How was the party? Have you been?
It's hot in there.
Yep. What was the end result of did they say they had ARs or the cops did?
I didn't understand. Somebody had to go get a rifle box.
Okay. Oh, instead of yeah, I don't know. I think they need a traffic control officer. Well, I don't see a lot of intoxicated people. That's a good thing. I like that heat, Rev.
I feel it.
Yeah. People just keep coming. You know, I think we got to open up our own party house.
Yeah, and these look like kids.
Yeah, they are. They're nice kids.
Hey.
Hey! Hey!
Bob's been ID'd.
Hey, this is just a Bob Fletcher costume. It's really it's a Bob Fletcher costume.
You record. He alive.
It's just a costume.
Cancel.
Copy, canceling medic.
Who's that? The Prince?
What's his name? Playboy Mansion.
Oh, Hugh Hefner?
Yeah.
Was he Hugh Hefner? Now we got a Hugh Hefner here, huh?
329.
Well, we're going to see if somebody is... why don't you ask if anyone want to come to Trunk or Treat tomorrow?
There's an East car that can assist on a domestic at the Pine Tree Park Apartments, 820 Hazel Street, North Unit 109. Caller said there's a male that's beating her up, currently separated, comes from the hallway. Suspect
I can't believe how many people are here.
Suspect is Kevin Moore and was looking for his drugs and then started hitting the caller.
100 on 100. 306.
There's the inmate.
329, do you copy? 329, copy. With 316, and the caller's going to be waiting near the front door at 111.
This must be the place to come, huh?
Must be.
I don't know.
At least you knew about it.
Turn the temperature of this heat up a little bit, Rev.
Huh?
We'll turn the temperature up a little bit. Up. Like a kind of hotter.
Oh, yeah.
With the windows open at 33 degrees.
Hey, 43, investigate.
Any 43.
Showing me on 2315 10th Street with Charlestown Robert 200.
There's another inmate.
2315 10th Street at 112.
Right, Jeff.
Second.
Anyone, any of the group that's on the south side, they're like past corrects right now. We're gonna lose them on camera here in a little bit.
So we don't have all the details on that call on Muni and Snelling, but clearly that was some citizen.
Hey,
how's it going? Some citizen saw the gun being moved and called, and now the officers are stopped them, and they have several guns. But it's just a great example how we're dependent upon citizens calling us. You can be anonymous, but let us know what you see, because those anonymous calls or those little tips, they lead to gold so often. Probably stopped a major shooting, major event. Here comes it. So, just another example. Another example.
See something, say something.
Yeah, don't hesitate. We like those calls because they lead to other stuff, you know.
Right.
What's the around the LC? What about now?
Copy the LC, 113.
We've had several calls here in the past. Amazing thing is we haven't had any calls here tonight.
Yeah.
It's obviously a loud and robust party. I didn't say rambunctious, but robust. I just wonder where everybody's coming from. It's just getting here now, right? You got to wonder, right?
What's the address? What's your name? Come on, Fred. I'm the driver. That's why I Hi, Fred. Hi, Fred.
Officer Court. What's going on?
Officer Court.
What's going on?
All right.
I love y'all, man.
Thank you. Keep you safe.
Yep.
St. Paul Youth Services. He's got a new building.
Yeah.
Copy for group community call.
I cannot see your bed on camera. There's like 6 of them wearing all black.
Sergeant Suki's working on the other.
There are 6 like red hoodie.
There was 2 groups originally. Come down Lexington University. The second group they didn't detain, and Suki's got eyes on them up at Lexington University. They're gonna have a conversation. May have been 2 groups out to shoot it out.
May have been. That's interesting. But
I bet there's a few guns in the cars around here, huh?
yeah, that's what a lot of the people are saying. I bet some of them carry. But I would get the vibe that these are.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, they know they can't bring them in.
Grand Avenue at Billy Hong Grand for an assault. Caller stated she was choked.
Once they start, they're in the red sweatshirt with the white stripe. He's walking away along with another guy with a black sweatshirt. They're going behind the White Castle.
Copy the group behind the White Castle.
Well, we're probably gonna have to blow this pop stand and hope everything stays safe, huh?
Yeah, 'cause I hear a couple places
getting a little busy out there. And what time is it? 1:16. Jesus, people are still coming down here. We might come back though. As soon as we get a clear shot out of here, we'll take it. Well, party's over.
Checking.
All right, well, as much as I think this is important, we'll probably, it's too much stuff starting to pop off. No, come with us. Yeah, come on Uni somewhere. Grand. Thank you. Jason's back. Who are you gonna kill, Jason? Who are you gonna kill?
Everybody.
Everyone. Oh, there's another one.
Wow. I mean, they're in numbers.
Well,
It's your first caller here now. There's some people
those types of events, really, the police department's got to make some proactive visits to as well. You know, it's
Negative, it looks like they were all 911 only phones.
too many people in one spot.
And by all, there's only 2 callers.
And then are they both checking 911 for services?
I'll have to verify.
So it sounds like it's getting busy again.
Yeah, people walking the streets with guns, trying to pass them back and forth. You know, 1 to 2 at these bars, always busy. Come back here after things settle down. See what's happening.
How late do you think that goes?
I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it doesn't appear to be selling any alcohol.
Well, he said we were wrapping it up pretty soon, but then there was no evidence of wrapping up, was there?
No.
Right, buddy?
I didn't.
Yes?
What's his name? Darren was.
Yeah, what did he say?
Moved, location moved or something to.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere. All right. It's a late Monday.
Mute. Come on, Rev. Jesus. You guys, you know, Rev has a hard time hitting the target with his pointer finger. And when we need to mute, he just needs to take a pointer finger. We're going to stop back at the great collection of Halloween costumes, the majority of which were whores.
Criminals.
Oh yeah, I had a few criminal costumes. Yeah, nobody was dressed up as a cop.
Not in this day and time.
All right, gentlemen. I have to call tonight. Everybody have a good weekend.
Thank you. Oh, there's a lot of
lot less cars. First thing we see, kind of.
Have a good night, Fabio. Good luck.
Sir, you're under arrest. Well, for escape from jail.
Later, jump up. See you next week.
228.
You got a prisoner costume on.
Right.
No.
It would have been easy.
Not many left.
You drinking a bottle?
Nurse Chapel, can I get some whiskey?
Whiskey? We
Yeah.
don't know whiskey.
What do you got in there, right hand?
Huh?
What's that one?
That ain't me, love. And I ain't driving, so. And it's my birthday, so.
It's a
Y'all
birthday.
can't do shit. Y'all can't do shit. I'm 23. Y'all can't do shit. Val, come on.
Oh yeah, we're costume. This is a costume car.
Yo, munch it.
Costume.
What you eating on? Hey, dab me up.
No, listen, I can't.
Can I get a hand fist too?
No, of course, but you can't be.
You eating a Snicker? Y'all look like y'all having fun.
Seriously, you can't be drinking in public.
Okay, so this guys don't drink.
By the way, there was hardly anybody drinking here tonight. It was good.
Can you breathalyze me?
Bravo 132 EOT.
Hey, what's that? Can I get some?
That's my mom almond joy. I wish I had extra.
Somebody who does not know the law. Poor child.
Are you the navigator? Are you the navigator?
You're actually a fine looking old man. I like your haircut.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, look, doesn't say you good looking.
Well, appreciate that. You guys are adorable.
Can you pull up see where he's at?
Copy.
What do you got there, Dark Side? Hey, what is that? A cartoon, Dark Side, or what is that?
I don't know. I just saw it at the store. I liked it.
You liked it? You too, thank you. Got a sweatshirt on that says Dark Side.
You don't even know what it means.
Sounds like a cartoon on an adult channel or something. But if you turn your phone on, people are going to tell you what it is. Did you get your mom's back? Here, you said you wanted one.
Let's see. What is Dark Side? Come on, people, let us know.
Maybe it's like South Side. Hey, here's a onesie. Spider-Man.
Dark Side from Star Wars.
Is it?
Yeah. The TV show.
Can I rub it?
Sure. Can you just go back up? Okay, maybe.
Darren said we need to go to 345. Do you know what 345 is?
Yeah, it's the address of your office.
Oh, okay. I told them you cared about us.
We need to go there, or he needs to go there?
We need to go.
Okay.
You can't go alone.
Well, there can't be anything going on there now, can it?
Yeah. Happens every night.
321, we're getting voicemail 2 times.
323 Tango, we're out in the alley here.
Star West Squad, they can start presenting Oak Street North, Unit 712, callers stating that there are officers pounding on their door.